Hello everybody, John12 back here again with another video, and today I bring you another comic book topic video. Now, of course, today's not really me discussing like a specific set video or set photo or confirmation or what have you. Today, I'm here to talk about Matthew McConaughey's comments towards Marvel and DC movies. Now, of course, he was interviewed by Variety some time now. I want to say like a good 3 days ago, and essentially I was gonna make a video on this prior, but I at first I thought, well, it's not really that big of a deal because on the first hand, he's not really confirmed to be in a Marvel movie, nor is he confirmed to be in a DC movie, so it's not like it's the end of the world where it's like, oh shit, McConaughey's gonna be in a comic book movie. But then on the second hand, as a fanboy, the speculation begins to torment you, so you have to talk about it and have to say something like, okay, well, this guy, he needs to be over here, he needs to be over there, he needs to fucking be this character, no, he needs to be that character. So here's me basically giving you my speculation and personal thoughts on McConaughey's comments, and of course, what brand he should be a part of, and of course, what specific character I think he would be perfect for. Now, first off, he did state that he's been talks and he's been reading scripts from both Marvel and DC. Now, just for the sake of the argument, I'm just going to say Marvel Studios because, you know, that's obviously the big dog, and on top of that, he didn't really specify as it was MCU or Fox Marvel, he didn't really specify, but nonetheless, he has stated that he's been reading many scripts from both brands for some time now, and he kind of just went on a rant on like how taking a specific character and essentially doing it for so many years and doing it for so many times and like rehashing it and like whether or not that's the best decision for him and whether or not the money is worth it and all this other types of stuff. And at the end of the day, Matthew McConaughey, he's a big star. He's a big A-list kind of star, and he can do whatever he wants. I mean, like, if he wanted to do a Marvel or DC movie right now, he could. He could just, walk right in, just say, I'm signing in for, like, a 4-picture deal. Let's get shit rolling. That's a possibility for him. Back in the day, that may have not been a possibility for him, but for right now, he is, he is the hot one. He's the one that everybody wants. He's been killing it over the course of the last decade. He's been freaking killing it. So it makes sense for people to want, more of McConaughey. And obviously, comic book movies are obviously the big thing now, which is a great thing for fan guys like us and fan girls like us and what have you. But nonetheless, then it comes to the big question. What brand should he be a part of? Now, Marvel, the hard thing about Marvel is that obviously it's the go-to thing. It's like, it's Disney, it's Marvel Studios, it's, this incredible franchise that's already in its third phase. So it makes sense that, the second you start reading scripts for movies, it makes sense to go on that route. But the thing is with Marvel, which is as to why I say as a personal, just as an opinionated kind of person, I say he should go for DC. Now, here's why I say that. With the Marvel thing, I love Marvel. I love their movies. They're freaking great for what they are, and they're obviously completely 180 from DC, which I think is a good thing. I know a lot of people still to this day say, oh, DC's too dark, it needs to be more like Marvel, and Marvel needs to be more dark, I'm sick of all the happiness and shit. I get it, it's understandable, but they are two separate, completely different, universes. Obviously, they're going to be different, and I think that's a good thing. And when it comes to Matthew McConaughey's talents, as of one, and his personal, like, kind of vibe that he's kind of given off over the course of the last several pictures and projects he's been a part of, I feel like he would be a better fit for the DC Cinematic Universe. And on top of that, Marvel already has shit tons of movies planned. Majority of the cast is already filled in with majority of those characters. I mean, like, what kind of big superhero comic book character could he possibly play in Marvel that has not been taken already, that's slated? You know what I mean? Like, it's just very difficult. And plus, for me, I don't want to see McConaughey play a secondary character. I don't want him to play a villain. I want him to be a superhero that could one day, be a part of, be his own movie, if you will. And I don't think he could technically do that with Marvel. I mean, granted, he could do it if he wants, and maybe Marvel could have a specific slot for him anyways, But as I see it now, as I see the Marvel Universe as it is now, I don't think he would be a perfect fit for it. Now on to the DC thing. Obviously, I'm the hardcore DC fan, so obviously people are going to be biased. But let's keep the biased and the bigoted, ignorant comments aside. I think he's just, skill-wise and presence-wise, he's the best fit for the DC Cinematic Universe. And on top of that, what character could he possibly play, and what movies could he be possibly a part of? Now, I personally, so many question marks come to mind. I don't know what specific character off the bat that he could play. But then I started reading fans' comments on the topic and what they came up with. And one of the most commonly used names that get tossed around is Black Mask, Green Lantern, Steve Trevor, characters like that. But then there were two specific characters that got tossed around by fans that I think would actually make a perfect fit for Matthew McConaughey if he were to go into the DC Cinematic Universe. Not saying that he is, but saying that I think it would be awesome if he did. Number one, Hawkman. Hawkman is an amazing character. Carter Hall or Carter Howe or whatever you want to go to, the prince from ancient Egypt, or the police officer from Tanagar, the world Tanagar, whatever. Like whichever character version they go with, Hawkman is a character that needs to be represented in the DC Cinematic Universe, and DC is now starting to really incorporate the Hawkman kind of mythology within their TV universes. As you all know, or may have just realized, spoilers, in the newest CW crossover TV show titled DC's Legends of Tomorrow, Hawkgirl is a main character in that show, which is really awesome. But there's no Hawkman, and I don't really know if they're going to start referencing more of her, her race and whatever, and mythology, whatever. We don't know yet. We have to wait to see what happens with the actual eventual show, the final product, if you will. But if DC's trying to make a humongous push with Hawkman in the Hawkman universe within the TV universes, why not incorporate into the movie universe? You have this great DC superhero / warrior / awesome badass dude who can kick ass and has amazing powers and, uses a medieval weapon. I mean, like, for a superhero that has amazing strength and powers, he still uses a medieval weapon, which is still kick-ass and awesome. And I personally think that the Hawkman should be represented in the movie universes. Now, should they have a movie dedicated to Hawkman? I don't know yet. It really depends on how these first couple movies do. But I definitely think for one of the many Justice League movies that they hopefully plan on doing, I hope Hawkman's a part of it. Whether it's Justice League Part 1, Justice League Part 2, or Justice League Part 3 or whatever, I think Hawkman should be a part of it. And I think Matthew McConaughey would be a perfect fit for Carter Hall. Nonetheless, moving off of that, there is another character that I personally think would be awesome for Matthew McConaughey, and that is, of course, the Emerald Archer. Yes, none other than Oliver Queen, the Green Arrow. Now, of course, over the course of the last, decade of Green Arrow's, I guess, popularity, he's been played younger and younger, especially through the TV series, whether it be Smallville or Arrow. And as much as we all love the CW and love what they've accomplished with DC, we have to admit that the movies will not be connected. As sad as that is and as stupid that may be, it's not connected. So it only makes sense that to destroy it even further of ever having a continuity, in connection, these characters should be presented in the movies. Now, Flash, as we all know, has already been presented in the DC Cinematic Universe. There's possibilities of him showing up in Batman Superman and Justice League and what have you, and obviously in his own movie. And based off what Phil Lord said, and Chris Miller, more than likely Barry Allen will be the Flash that Ezra Miller plays. So, obviously, Grant Gustin will not be showing up anytime soon, which is sad, but, he's killing it on CW anyway, so I don't think he's really crying anyway, so I don't think that's a big deal. But Green Arrow has yet to really make his grand, premiere in a live-action formatted movie, and I think he's definitely a character that's gotten a huge push over the course of the last couple years, and thanks to the TV show, a lot of people know who Green Arrow is now. And of course, I personally think that Green Arrow stylistically could work very well with the DC Cinematic Universe, especially seeing as how Green Arrow and Batman share a lot of similarities, especially the current Green Arrow. They share a lot of, real interesting story-wise and character development-wise kind of similarities. And obviously, the Batman of this universe is very Frank Miller and Dark Knight Returns-esque. And if that makes sense, why not have an Oliver Queen that's very Dark Knight Returns-esque? Now, I'm not saying he should be like an old man with a missing arm or anything, but I'm just saying, like, Matthew McConaughey and Ben Affleck are roughly the same age. They're in their 40s. They're mid to early mid-40s. They obviously have the same, fame magnitude. They're both A-listers. They're both big, filmmakers / actors. And I think it'd be perfect if you had those two team up in the DC Cinematic Universe as Batman, the Dark Knight, and Green Arrow, the Emerald Archer. I mean, I think that would be a perfect team up in the Justice League movie. And why not have Green Arrow come in? I mean, he's a part of the Justice League. He's one of the many founding members of the Justice League. Why not just bring him right in? And I think, when you look at Matthew McConaughey and specific roles he's done in the past, he looks a lot like Green Arrow. He looks a lot like Oliver Queen, and I'm pretty sure that Matthew McConaughey could bring his swagger, his his billionaire, kind of philanthropist slash vigilante slash hunter slash hero kind of thing. I'm pretty sure he can do it. So for me personally, if Matthew McConaughey was going to join the DC Cinematic Universe, at the end of the day, I say he should be either Hawkman or Green Arrow, and that's just my personal thoughts. In the comments below, let me know what you personally think. Do you think Matthew McConaughey should be in a comic book movie? And if he is, or should, which brand? Marvel Studios, the X-Men universe, DC Cinematic Universe? Which kind of character should he play in the Marvel Universe or the DC Cinematic Universe? I say he should go to DC, and I say he should play Hawkman or Green Arrow. That's just my personal thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments below. Subscribe to my channel if you've not done so already. Hope you guys enjoyed. This has been John 12.